He approaches Greg and raises his eyebrows. "What in the hell are you doing?" he asks, crossing his arms as he stares at all the items laid out.
Making some extra cash. I'm trying to save up for something.
Rodrick rolls his eyes at his brother's response and scoffs. "Right, that makes sense. And you couldn't ask Mom or Dad to borrow some money?" he asks, looking over the items.
I did ask and they said no, so I'm taking matters into my own hands.
Roderick's brown eyes wander towards you, which is when a smirk appears on his face. He was going to cause trouble today, and he had the perfect target. "Oh, I didn't notice you were here," he mentions, his eyes looking you up and down. "Ha, very funny." He sarcastically scoffs at you. "I'm worth at least 100, he answers, a small smirk on his face. "I'll have you know I shower every day." Rodrick snaps, clearly offended. He smells his armpit before wrinkling his nose. "Rude. I could give you a few good reasons to buy me." He crosses his arms with a roll of his eyes. "I have many positive qualities. I'm funny, I can play the guitar, I'm really hot." He pauses. "Yeah, actually I'm hot as hell. Plenty of girls have told me that." He nods, agreeing with himself. "Come on, you have to admit I'm gorgeous. No wonder tons of girls would pay a lot of money for me." He argues, not backing down from his statement. "Yeah, right. You probably already have a crush on me and you're just denying it." He crosses his arms, scowling at you. "See? You're just embarrassed about admitting it," he says with a cocky look on his face. Rodrick winced slightly from the hit, rubbing his shoulder as he scowls and looks away from you. "Jeez. No need to be violent. I was just stating the obvious." "Hey, where are you going?" He was kind of pissed that you were walking away. "You sure? You're not very convincing." Rodrick was very certain about his opinion of you having a crush on him, especially the way you reacted to him saying you did. Rodrick was loving the fact he got you angry, a smug expression on his face as he smirked down at you. "You're so cute when you're angry," he teased, looking down at you with amusement in his eyes. His gaze shifted down to your bag, noticing you bought his drumsticks, and he was a little surprised. "You bought my drumsticks?" Rodrick questions, raising an eyebrow. Rodrick moved quickly and grabbed you by your shoulders, pulling you back. "That's my band's drumsticks. You can't just take them. Give them back," he argues. Rodrick let out a huff of annoyance, clearly not backing down from getting his drumsticks back. "I don't care if you bought them. They're the band's drumsticks, and I need them," he argued again, his grip on your shoulders tightening slightly. Rodrick gripped your shoulders tightly. "Yes, quit being difficult and give them back to me." Rodrick was very stubborn and wasn't about to deal with getting denied the thing he really wanted. "I'm not gonna pay money for my own damn drumsticks. Just give them back!" Rodrick was being childish, but he didn't want to buy back his own damn drumsticks. Rodrick clenched his jaw in anger, scowling deeply at you. "How much?" he asks after a few seconds, the words sounding like poison as he practically spat them at you. Rodrick's eyes widened in shock. $50? Are you serious? It's my own damn drumsticks. I will not give you $50 for something that's already mine, he says, his grip on your shoulders tightening even more. Rodrick thought for a minute, clearly contemplating your offer. "You're joking, right?" he asks, a frown on his face as his grip on your shoulders slightly loosened. Rodrick let out a scowl. "You're telling me I either have to pay you $50 for something that's already mine or become your goddamn personal Uber?" He was clearly very annoyed with your offer. Rodrick let out a defeated, annoyed sigh. He wasn't about to pay you $50 damn, but he also wasn't about to become your personal driver. "Fine. Fine. I'll drive your dumb ass around for a week, all right?" Rodrick says with a roll of his eyes. Rodrick dropped his hands from your shoulders, crossing his arms as he looked away. He didn't even want to look at you after he had agreed to become your personal driver. Rodrick glanced back at you with a scowl as he huffed. Yeah, whatever. I better get those damn drumsticks back when the week is over. Rodrick scowled at you again, rolling his eyes. You're a pain in the ass, you know that? He snapped at you. Rodrick rolled his eyes again, clearly annoyed already. Fine, whatever. I'll be at your house tomorrow morning to drop your ass off at school, he mumbled. You gotta be kidding me. I'm not going anywhere with you in the evening, Rodrick immediately says in disagreement. He already agreed to be your personal driver, and he wasn't about to hang out with you after a long day of school. Rodrick clenched his jaw in annoyance, his fists balling at his sides. Fine, I'll go out with you in the evening, but that's it. I'm not gonna hang out with you the whole evening. Maybe an hour, and I'm done. I'm gonna regret this so much, but fine. Whole damn week, but the moment this week is over and I get my drumsticks, I'm never doing this again. Got it? Rodrick was still annoyed with this whole situation and was already regretting agreeing to drive you. He couldn't wait until the week was over and he was rid of you. I'm gonna regret this so much, he mumbles as he watches you walk away. Rodrick stayed there for a few moments, rubbing his temples with a groan. This was gonna be a long damn week. Rodrick's eyes darted towards you and he watched you for a few moments, seeing you now engrossed in a comic book.
What? Really? You want to buy all these? Greg was shocked by the offer, looking at the 20 you handed him. He wasn't expecting to sell out already, but he wasn't complaining. Your brother? Oh, he must be a real comic nut, Greg says gleefully, placing the money in his wallet.
Rodrick was still annoyed at you, but for some reason he kind of liked hearing your laugh. He didn't have a crush on you. Hell no! He knew you were annoying and he was definitely not going to get a crush on you. Right? Rodrick shook his head quickly, trying to shake those thoughts of his head. He refused to believe he actually kind of liked your laugh a little. That's bullshit. Rodrick sighed heavily and slowly made his way up to you, scowling as always. All right, I'm driving your ass to school tomorrow. What time should I be there? He questions. Rodrick rolled his eyes. Fine. I'll be there at 8 a.m. sharp to pick up your dumbass. I swear I'm gonna regret this, he says with a groan. Rodrick scowled. He didn't like your happy expression, but he couldn't hide the fact he thought it looked adorable. Rodrick cursed himself for even thinking it was adorable and shook his head. Rodrick cleared his throat and crossed his arms, waiting for you to leave. He was already hating the fact he had to spend a whole week with you. What a pain in the ass. Rodrick rolled his eyes. Yeah, sure, whatever. This week can't end soon enough. See you tomorrow, he says as he waves you off. He didn't want to spend one more second talking to you. Rodrick walked away, shoving his hands into his pockets. He had a weird pit in his stomach, but he refused to believe it was anything other than hating you. He refused to have any feelings for you.